There are foods that increase the risk of dementia by up to 50% over time that you may not know about and consume every day. The information I explain in this video is based on scientific articles that you see in the pictures. Yes, you heard right, dementia and even Alzheimer's and even Parkinson's. Many studies have shown that long-term consumption of certain categories of foods and dietary patterns can be associated with an increased risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease in the long term. This connection has usually been studied and researched through the effects of these foods on cardiovascular health, chronic inflammation, insulin resistance and oxidative stress. Hello dear friends, welcome to a new video. Today I will talk about foods that, based on reputable scientific articles, their long-term consumption in old age causes dementia, Alzheimer's, forgetfulness and dozens of other intellectual and neurological problems. If you like the video, be sure to watch it until the end, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. The video has 3 parts. In the first part, I will show you 3 scientific articles about this, and in the second part, I will explain how these foods cause dementia, and at the end, I will explain the solution for you. The first scientific article you see in the picture is The Effect of Ultra-Processed Foods on Cognitive Function of the Brain, which was published by the journal JAMA Neurology. The second article is titled The Relationship Between the Consumption of Processed Meats such as sausages and the Increased Risk of Dementia, which you see in the picture and was published by the journal American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And the third article is titled Increased Risk of Stroke and Dementia with the Consumption of Ultra-Processed Foods, which was published by the journal Neurology. So let's see what these foods are and by what mechanism they cause dementia and cognitive problems over time. Foods that increase the risk of dementia include 1. Ultra-processed foods, such as sausages, hot dogs, chips, sodas, all fast foods such as sandwiches and pizzas, and canned foods. These foods contain trans fats, high sugar and salt, preservatives, and chemical additives that are linked to brain inflammation and cognitive decline. 2. Sugar and simple carbohydrates, such as sugary drinks, sweets, white bread, and white rice. High consumption of sugar and carbohydrates increases insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, which is one of the main risk factors for dementia. 3. Unhealthy trans and saturated fats or unhealthy, low-quality oils that we use. Fats found in industrial margarine or factory-made vegetable butters, hydrogenated oils or solid oils, and a number of industrial sweets. Consumption of these fats is associated with reduced brain volume and impaired cognitive function. 4. Alcoholic beverages. Continuous alcohol consumption can cause brain shrinkage and disruption of neural communication. Ultra-processed foods usually contain large amounts of added sugars, saturated and trans fats, salt, and chemical additives that can increase inflammatory processes and oxidative stress in the body and brain. These substances cause damage to nerve cells and reduce cognitive function by stimulating the immune system and producing inflammatory cytokines in the brain. Also, these types of foods usually lack essential nutrients such as fiber, antioxidants, B vitamins, and omega-3 fatty acids, which play an important role in neuronal health and preventing brain degeneration. Furthermore, the regular consumption of ultra-processed foods increases the risk of chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease, which are important risk factors for dementia. These foods can also alter the composition of the gut microbiome and negatively affect brain function through the gut-brain axis. 1. Unhealthy trans and saturated fats. Trans fats and saturated fats, such as animal fats, butter, And some processed vegetable oils are linked to increased chronic inflammation, reduced blood vessel flexibility, and the deposition of amyloid plaques in the brain. Amyloid plaques are a key feature of Alzheimer's disease. High consumption of these types of fats also increases LDL cholesterol levels and can lead to reduced blood flow to the brain, which reduces oxygen delivery to neurons. Over time, this can lead to brain cell damage and cognitive decline. 2. Alcoholic beverages. Excessive alcohol consumption is associated with reduced brain volume, gray and white matter loss, and disruption of neurotransmitters. Alcohol also directly damages neurons by causing oxidative stress and neuronal inflammation. With chronic use, alcohol can affect short-term and long-term memory and lead to decreased cognitive skills, attention, and decision-making. Also, regular alcohol consumption impairs the absorption of vitamin B1, a deficiency of which can lead to a syndrome called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, a severe cognitive disorder that resembles dementia. In short, avoid fast foods, sugary drinks, sweets, unhealthy carbohydrates and oils, white bread, white rice and alcohol as much as you can, which can lead to problems like dementia in old age. It is better to eat more proteins and vegetables. I hope you enjoyed the video.